Alright guys, so welcome back to another brand new video. I hope you guys are all doing well. Bitcoin is still holding strong at $27,000. We know a couple of days ago we did in fact see Bitcoin, not just Bitcoin, but of course pretty much the entire crypto market pumping. Okay, and the reason why we saw crypto pumping, guys, about 2 days ago is because Grayscale won the lawsuit against the SEC. I'm pretty sure we all know that, right? So yes, Grayscale has won the lawsuit against the SEC, and that's why we saw Bitcoin and other altcoins on the market pumping like crazy, right? This was in fact a decent pump, right? Because we didn't see Bitcoin really move or have any momentum for a few weeks, right? You guys clearly see that it was pretty much hovering at $26,000. It did in fact have one pump that pumped close back up to $27,000, but then it just got back down to around $26,100. You guys clearly see that, right? So ever since we had that drop for Bitcoin has been consolidating at $26,000. And then, of course, 2 days ago, we saw Bitcoin pump all the way up at 28,100. And you guys clearly see Bitcoin is, in fact, having a slight drop right now. We are, in fact, in the 4-hour time frame. If we go to the 1-hour time frame, you guys clearly see that Bitcoin, even though, yes, it's slightly dropping, still holding strong at $27,000. Right now, it's kind of at 27,300. So, in my opinion, Bitcoin is still holding very, very strong at this level, guys. Okay, so it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin. Ethereum is still looking pretty good as well, holding strong at $1,700. Now, the crypto market today, we are in fact seeing some altcoins having a slight drop. For the past 24 hours, we aren't really seeing anything too crazy, right? But Solana is down 4% today. Okay, there is in fact some altcoins are dropping 3%, 2%, 1%, nothing too crazy. You guys clearly see that, right? But overall, the market today is still looking pretty good, right? Overall, the market's up 5.3% pretty much, and the global crypto market cap is currently at 1.11 trillion. So still holding pretty strong, right? It really, really is. Now, there is in fact a fair few charts that I want to show you guys for Bitcoin, of course. So starting off with this one, short-term outlook after the pump, right? So this is potentially what could potentially happen for Bitcoin. We might actually see Bitcoin continue consolidating at this level of $27,000. I feel like Bitcoin does that a fair bit, right? And this is obviously not the first time we have seen this for Bitcoin. So we might actually see Bitcoin continue to consolidate at this level of $27,000, okay, before it actually continues to have a pump up, right? And you guys clearly see, it looks like we might actually see that for Bitcoin, right? But we will see. I will obviously keep you guys updated on that. So Bitcoin finally bounced and closed above the EMA 200. Okay, further bounce above the trend line gives room for $35,000. So we might actually see Bitcoin pump back up to $30,000, surpassing 31, and of course reaching 32. And I told you guys, once we actually see Bitcoin touch $32,000 or even surpass $32,000, okay, I really do believe that's when we're going to see another pump happen for Bitcoin. Because as you can see, throughout 2023, we have in fact been seeing Bitcoin having these pumps, and then this dump, and then a pump, and then a dump, and then a pump, and then a dump, and it looks like it's going to have another pump up, guys. So in the next maybe upcoming few weeks, I wouldn't say few days, but maybe few weeks, we will potentially see Bitcoin reach back up to 30K to $35,000. We will see, guys, okay? But it's still looking pretty good for Bitcoin short term. So for all the Bitcoin holders out there, be ready for that, right? And for all the bears out there that were in fact saying that Bitcoin's going to drop, below $20,000, think again, right? Just think again. I've been telling you guys as many times, everyone was telling me, right, that Bitcoin's going to drop to like 20K or below 20K. Think about it now, right? What can cause Bitcoin to drop from where it is right now at $27,000 all the way down below 20K? Like, what can actually cause Bitcoin to drop that much, right? It has to be like some terrible news in the crypto space, right, for Bitcoin to drop that much, right? So just think about that, right? So that's that, guys. So short term, I see Bitcoin holding pretty strong, right? I really, really do. And who knows, we could potentially see Bitcoin continue to drop back down, right? Since Bitcoin is a fact right now, slowly dropping. You guys clearly see that from $28,000. We might actually see Bitcoin drop back down to 26K and lower, right? It's possible, right? It really, really is. But for Bitcoin to drop back down to like 20K or even below 20K, I think that's just very, very unlikely. And I've said that many, many times, right? So right now, yes, clearly see the structure right now for Bitcoin, and this might actually potentially happen for Bitcoin in the next upcoming few months. So yes, like I said, we might actually see Bitcoin have another drop back down to maybe to like $24,000 to $23,000. Who knows, right? Maybe, right? We could potentially see another dump for Bitcoin. It's very, very possible. I'm not saying it's not impossible. It's possible, right? Short term, and then after that, I think Bitcoin's just going to absolutely have this massive run up to the upside, like what we have in fact been seeing for Bitcoin throughout 2023. Having these pumps, having these dumps. I think we're going to see the exact same thing. So it's looking pretty good for Bitcoin, guys. Okay, it really, really is. Bitcoin is ready to move higher, right? Higher, guys, not lower, higher. Remember, we have already hit bottom, which was around $15,000 last November. So it's all up from here. Bitcoin's clearly forming a new pattern up to the upside. It's slowly recovering from the bottom, right? And you guys clearly see this is just a great example of that. So from 2014 to 2017, we already know, right, what happened to Bitcoin. Okay, especially in 2017, we saw Bitcoin absolutely pumping up to the upside, right? You guys clearly see that slowly recovering from the bottom. And you guys clearly see 2021 to 2024, we will potentially see the same exact thing. History doesn't 100% repeat itself, but it rhymes, right? I'm pretty sure we can all agree that history does affect rhyme, and these patterns rhyme and whatnot. And we know the Bitcoin halving is obviously right around the corner. Okay, we all know that. So some exciting times, guys. Okay, some exciting times. We know every single time we have the halving, that's where Bitcoin tends to really, really pump and have a bull run, right? But understand, when the halving happens, we're not going to see Bitcoin pump straight away, right? We're going to see it pump maybe in the next like few months after that. So that's why I've been telling guys, maybe towards the end of 2024, maybe around October or November, that's when we're going to really see Bitcoin have a bull run, right? So some exciting times, right? 2024, looking forward to it, of course. And of course, 2025, we should be looking forward to that as well, because that's when we will in fact officially be in a bull market, so that's that. But yes, Bitcoin is ready for a huge bull run, and yes, like I said, okay, Bitcoin is ready to move higher, not lower, higher. It's all ups from here, guys. Okay, so long term 2024 and of course 2025, this is pretty much what Bitcoin is going to look like, right? So understand, guys, we're all the way down here, okay? And this blue line is pretty much showing you guys a similar pattern, what's gonna, happen for Bitcoin in the next, 2 years, right? Of course, 2024 to 2025. So be excited for that, guys, because I'm telling us right now that yes, a huge bull run is going to happen for Bitcoin. And I want you guys to be really, really, bullish for this, okay? And we all should be bullish right now. We all should be accumulating Bitcoin and stacking to Bitcoin right now, because it's still worth buy, right? Bitcoin is still below 30K, so clearly Bitcoin is no word of a doubt a great buy right now, 100%. Okay, so just understand, guys, a massive bull run is about to happen for Bitcoin. Okay, it may not seem like it, right? But trust me, it's coming. Okay, it is coming. Now, the Fear and Greed Index, I haven't given you guys an update on this for a while, ever since it was actually in fear mode about like 3 days ago. So obviously, since Bitcoin had that pump and other altcoins were in fact pumping as well, yes, clearly see the Fear and Greed Index is now back up at neutral, close to greed mode, close to 55. Once it actually touches 55, that's when the Fear and Greed Index will in fact change to like greed. But right now it's in neutral, kind of at 52. So it's like pretty much right in the middle. Okay, so it seems like investors are not really fearful right now, which is great. So it's looking pretty good for crypto, right? And Bitcoin, of course, you guys clearly see that big jump from 39 to 49. Okay, so it's looking pretty good for the crypto market, right? It really is. Now, the last thing I really want to show you guys for today's video is this Bitcoin monthly returns. We know this is pretty much the last day of August. Okay, so this is going to be the last video for this month of August, and we are, like, as I predicted, okay, as I mentioned, we are in fact going to be ending off this month in the red. So right now Bitcoin is still down 6.79%. Okay, so we are obviously going to end off this month in the reds. And I told you guys many times, September is clearly not a great month for Bitcoin. Literally 6 years straight. Literally 6 years straight from 2017, I believe. 2017 to 2022, our previous year, Bitcoin, right, in the month of September has not been performing too well. You guys can just clearly see that, right? So I'm not expecting, this year for September, okay, 2023 for September, I'm not expecting anything different. I think next month, I don't think Bitcoin's going to perform too great, right? Because September, Bitcoin doesn't usually, perform too well. So that's why I'm expecting Bitcoin to, have another dump in the month of September. And that's why I've been telling guys, we might actually see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside to, like, 25 to 24 to maybe even 23. It's possible. Okay, it is in fact possible next month. So we will see, guys. And I don't mind, right? If Bitcoin does in fact drop below these, price targets, you already know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be buying more Bitcoin, right? And I already am buying Bitcoin. I'm simply DCAing. And if I see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside, I'm obviously going to take that as an opportunity to buy more. Okay, and that's exactly what we all should do. So I'm expecting September to still be a great buy for Bitcoin, 100%. I think Bitcoin will still be below 30K. We will see. It could potentially change. Maybe September, Bitcoin might pump, right? But for 6 years straight, like, Bitcoin has been down. You know what I mean? So we will see what's going to happen for the 7th time. Now, October, though, okay, I'm expecting Bitcoin to have a great month, because usually October, you guys clearly see Bitcoin does actually perform pretty well. So we will see about that. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys have not yet already. I really appreciate that as always. And I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.